Now, students, that is the first aspect I want to show, the power of alumni of this college. This 40 years old, it is having more than 1,000 alumni across globe. And I can tell thing, you take a ball, you take a pin and place that pin on the globe, any city of the globe. I am saying, I am not saying any city or any city of the globe. You put your thumb in there, and you will find many of the alumni of this college working. Second thing I can, there is a list for Fortune 5 companies, top 500 companies across the globe. You pick up any of the company of those Fortune 5 companies, and at least one of our alumni might be working. Just a poll I want from the participants, and it's a general question I ask, a common one, and I am always proud to ask this question. Tell me name of the person who is heading Google at present. Name of the person who heading Google at present. You can just text the Pichai. I got the answer, Sundar Pichai. So can you name the person who is at the second, third, fourth rank? I don't know exact rank, but among the top 5, who belongs to, again, he is an Indian. Can anybody name? Apart from Sundar Pichai, who else Indian is there among 5 in Google? Okay, if you don't know the name, I'm asking you an obvious question. From which? Yeah, I got an answer. Suren Rohila. Yeah, sir. So which college this boy Suren Rohila belongs to? It's a very obvious question and very obvious answer. So he belongs to Kota. And that's the point. Like Yash, we are having alumni at major companies, not only in companies, at major positions. And not two, there are thousands of alumni. Who is the man of India? Who belongs to R2 Kota is known as the authority in all the tunnels. You read Jawahar Tunnel, read Atal Tunnel, any tunnel which is being made, this is the person who is contacted first for technical. You name that person. His name is Ashutosh Chandwar, and he belongs to this place Kota. I mean to say R2 Kota. Now I request you to please switch off your mic. Please mute Neelam and all. Okay. So there are many alumni will come to, and let me introduce to you this program. This program, Alumni Interaction Program. What we do, and it's a feature. It's not like we are doing it for the first time. Our alumni, they interact with our students, and they share experience. They share their rich experience with the students, and the students in turn get a chance to interact with them. Most of the time we were having this line, but now due to this COVID, we are having it online. So once again, yes, we have a specific title for today. Infosys is coming. More than 400 students have. Sangam Singh. More than 400 students have appeared in this Infosys interview, and I tell you, most of our students have already placed in another IT company. So if you see, and I thank Yash because Infosys and his representatives, I thank Infosys and Yash that even during this corona time when everybody is saying jobs are not there, we are getting this opportunity. So without wasting much time, I'll now hand to Sneha. Sneha is the host. Sneha Maheshwari is the host of this. Sneha in third year, right? Sneha, you are in third year?
Yes, sir.
Sneha Maheshwari is electronics and she is the host. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to elaborate with the teaching of our Vedic text. You were born with potential, you were born with goodness, you were born with ideas and dreams. Don't forget that you have wings, learn how to use them to fly. Good evening, everyone. Honorable HOD Department of Training and Placement, Mr. Manish Chaturvedi, sir, and Chief Guest, Mr. Yash Chaturvedi, and all the students. A problem is a chance of you to do your best. A problem is an opportunity to master the lesson. Every trouble can be turned to self-education because a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. So here I am presenting an opportunity in front of you to decide in which category you are. If you have an ambition, a goal for your future, to make it happen, Department of Training and Placement has taken a step forward and presenting an alumni interaction program by our guest speaker, Mr. Yash Chaturvedi Boss. The person you believe to become is the person you are. So, Yash Boss has been skilled in mechanical engineering, so he fulfilled his dream by pursuing BTech from Rajasthan Technical University. On behalf of RTU, I, Sneha Maheshwari, welcome our speaker, Mr. Yash Chaturvedi. Now, I would like to welcome our guest speaker to hand over this meeting. Over to you, boss.
Okay, I'm just turning on my camera. Just a second. Hi everyone. Sneha, please tell me if I'm not audible enough. If there is any break in from my end. So hi. A very small correction. I'm so sorry before I go with my introduction. I passed out in 2019. I did my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. So yes, thank you Manish sir for your kind words, Sneha and Abhishek and the TPO self for organizing this session. It doesn't give me any more pleasure than to be of any help to my juniors. So I hope I'm visible.
Yes, boss.
Okay. So yes, other than that, as I said, I completed my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from this very college. And yeah, over to you, the host.
Boss, you can go on for the session.
Okay. So before I take your questions, I'd like to just like say that there are a few things that I kept in mind before going on for my interview in Infosys. It's been more than a year in Infosys for me, and it's been quite a ride. And before I went into my interview, I remember as I come from electronics and communication, um I wasn't very proficient with the CSIT part of it, and I was afraid, I was scared because I was approaching a company, I was moving into the IT world, world of corporates, where my experience in that particular domain was null, and I was primarily interested in electronics, so it was a difficult choice for me, and that is why I thought that I can share my experience that, especially from a non-CSIT background, if you want to pursue a career into CSIT or in any IT company, there are a few things that you can keep in mind before appearing or approaching any kind of interview or any recruitment process. So the one thing that I would like to, I call it reverse engineering the whole interview process. As I am sure, it was the same case in my year also. All of the branches were invited for the interview or for the recruitment process. They are not shortlisting only CSIT candidates for the interview. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but this, as far as I know, all branches are invited. So one thing is very clear: they do not just want candidates who are from CSIT branches. They are welcoming every candidate, every student from all the branches. First of all, you should be very, very thankful to your college that you're getting an opportunity for campus placement in such a pandemic situation. Getting a job outside of campus is very, very difficult. It was very difficult earlier, and in this pandemic situation, it has become even more difficult. So, a campus placement is the best thing that can happen to you right now, and Infosys is a great company to start with. So, as I said, all the students are invited. They're welcome to sit in the recruitment process. So my first idea would be that if they are welcoming everyone, they probably don't want you to be expert in the IT domain or in any language or in any skill that the CSIT students are expected to have. They expect you to be enthusiastic, motivated, and they are just looking for people who they will train. They will train you. They'll teach you. They'll for the technical aspects, the technical side of the things, they'll do everything. What they want from you in the interview or in the whole process is to see that are you capable enough for the learning that they are giving to you, that they're going to give to you. They want to see if you will be an asset to the company. There are a few pointers that I wrote. Uh, Also, while I said that I call it the reverse engineering, the process, reverse engineering the process. There is one more thing that I want to share about the interview. Before I went in, as I said, I did not have any particularly good knowledge in any coding language for that matter. I'll tell you what is important and what is not in as the session progresses. But you can also keep in mind, you can ask your seniors, you can ask the TPO cell who has been in close contact with with in the previous years when the interviews have happened. There is a particular duration of an interview. You don't see because as if I give example of my batch, for interview out of the aptitude 100 students were selected, and out of the 100 students, Infosys took 60, around 60 students. 60 students got placed. So out of those 60, I don't think the interview for a person goes longer than 20 to 25 minutes. So what I calculated from the 20-25 minutes was that I have max to max, because my personal experience was my interview went for 20-25 minutes. Otherwise, the average was around 15 minutes. So the maximum your interview can go to, if it was like, I'm not sure how the interviews are happening right now, but offline interviews where the one which I gave, it happens for 20-25 minutes. And when you know that there is a time limit to a person's interview, you can drive the interview however you want to. And also, when you know that okay, yeah. So when you know that there is a time limit, you know that there is a certain number of questions you're going to be asked, and it depends on you how you answer them, or how you proceed with the interview, or how you proceed with handling the whole process of the interview. So as the session progresses, I'll tell you how you can manage that 20-25 minutes, the maximum amount of time the interviewer is going to give to you, and make the best out of it, even though you might lack some skills. And even if you lack some skills, even if you feel that you're lacking some skills, or you are not at par with your colleagues from CS or IT, and you are from maybe mechanical, PI or electronics or whichever branch, if you feel that you lack somewhere, I'll tell you how to overcome that, and how, if maybe your interview is, let's say, tomorrow, so what are the last minute things, last few things that you can do to, clear the interview. And people have done that. I just am not sharing, I'm not speaking out of just my experience, but from a lot of others' experiences that I have, that who have shared with me. So yes. Neha,
Yes, boss.
I think we can start with the questions.
Okay. As you said, and as I know, you are from a mechanical engineering. So is
Electronics,
there,
electronics and communication.
sorry, electronics and engineering branch. So is there any approach to have a interview in IT company as you are not from a CS IT background, and any technical questions which we have to prepare in advance to?
Okay. So if you're not from a CSIT background, uh, actually this goes for even if you are from a CSIT background, you need to have communication skills, good communication skills, because that's going to be a deciding factor. And I'll tell you why. You have to show interest, you have to show enthusiasm, because see, if you're from a non-CSIT background, they're going to be expecting you to tell, or they might ask you, they might not ask you, but even if they do, they might ask you, why are you, like, say, from mechanical engineering, why do you want to come to Infosys or TCS or whichever IT company that you're planning to go into? So you have to be ready with an answer. I cannot tell you the answer obviously, but it has to be your own answer. You have to show them that IT is my interest, or if you're sitting there, let's say if you're sitting in the interview, you already are interested. So you have to tell them why you are interested. Why do you want to change your domain after studying in a particular domain in a particular branch of engineering for 4 years? You have to tell them that. Other than that, why should they prefer you over someone from CSIT is a good question they might ask you. They might expect you to answer that what makes you stand out from a CSIT, from a person who's from CSIT background. So you obviously can have skills that are not at par maybe, or if you compare with someone from CSIT, but that shows that you have done your BTech in 4 years in that particular domain, let's say production and industrial, but you also have, as you to support that you have your interest in the IT domain, you have a good grasp of, let's say, a coding language or data structures, because they are very important, and it's just for an interview perspective, it's just as important as to get you through, because they now know that you were true to your 4 years of engineering, and also because you had interest in other domains like IT, you did your extra bit of hard work there also. Apart from that, keep a, like, if I have to answer the second part of your question, Sneha, that if are there any technical questions for someone who's not from CSIT? Yes, if you are from CSIT, there are obviously technical questions that they're going to ask you, irrespective of anything else. But if you're from, let's say, electronics and communication, they might ask you, tell us a favorite subject, tell us your favorite subject from electronics and communication. So let's say, for example, you say digital electronics. So they might not know about digital electronics as much as you, but all they would do is search on their phone, uh, top 10 questions or top 20 questions or top questions, top interview questions to ask for in digital electronics interview, or in such a case, that they can do. So a tip for that particular scenario, you should be at least ready with one subject of your choice from your domain, if you can. And even if and whenever you answer a question from your domain, just keep in mind, and at the back of your head it should always be there, कि मुझे ये क्वेश्चन आता है, ठीक है, और जो मेरा इंटरव्यू ले रहा है इज जस्ट गोइंग टू गूगल द क्वेश्चंस. तो ये सामने वाला इंसान ही इज जस्ट गोइंग टू गूगल द क्वेश्चंस, ही इज जस्ट गोइंग टू रिलाई ऑन गूगल. अगर मैं इसे समझाता हूँ कोई क्वेश्चन, इसके क्वेश्चन का आंसर इस तरह से देता हूँ कि आई एक्सप्लेन हिम एवरीथिंग, देन ही इज गोइंग टू बी हैप्पी, इज गोइंग टू, उसको वो कॉन्फिडेंस अश्योरिंग लगेगा कि यार ये सामने वाला बंदा इतना अश्योरिटी के साथ बोल रहा है कुछ, बिकॉज एग्जैक्टली तो आंसर गूगल पे उसे मिलेगा नहीं, ढूंढना पड़ेगा. एंड अगेन दैट 20-25 minutes max, average 20 minutes criteria plays here also. because he's not going to get down deep into your subject, your domain. There is a lot that he's going to ask you about your introduction, about your hobbies, your projects. He's going to read your resume in front of you. So there is a lot that he has to already ask. He's not going to get deep into anything, but superficially, you should know, and you should have the confidence to answer the questions. Apart from that, yeah, I think you can also, you can also ask questions from the interviewer if you feel that, because see, let's be honest, someone from CS or an IT background is obviously, they might prefer someone from CS IT background over you, or it might be, let's just say, it might be easier for someone from that background to go and sit in the interview. They might not be as nervous as someone else, but to make yourself stand out, all you can do is, the first thing that I said, that even a little bit of effort in that domain would prove to be very beneficial, because they don't expect it out of you. So if you're doing something that they don't even expect, it's good. It shows that you have interest and you have that will and eager to join their company. Apart from that, there has to be other things that make you stand out. That you have to have good communication skills. You have to, you know, there are other skills that I will talk about in the session also. So you have to have all those skills to, um, cope up or compare with the skills that the CSIT guys already have. Yeah. So, Neha, next question.
How to practice or prepare for coding rounds in placement?
For coding rounds, I think you have your these domains. If you want to learn something, YouTube or Udemy courses might be like paid courses, but I think YouTube is sufficient. You can learn anything from there. Then there are websites like W3 schools and whatnot, where you can learn. And for practicing, I think HackerRank, and I think there are a few other platforms also where you can practice. Other than, I just like, you should be thorough with basic concepts. They don't expect a lot out of you. They don't expect you to make another search engine for them, or build an Android app right there. But yes, basic questions will be there. In our case, there was no coding round for Infosys, but in TCS there was a coding round. It was merged with the aptitude round. We had I think 3 hour exam, which had English apti quant and this coding round, but it did not have much of weightage. But maybe this year they've introduced the coding round, and I don't think it is going to be as difficult considering Infosys. And so basic concepts, if you have your basic concepts clear, I don't think you should be facing a lot of problems in the coding round. And one benefit from the coding round is that you might not be asked coding questions in the interview, because you've already gone through a coding round. So you can be, if you clear the coding round, it should be easier in a sense. If you think coding is not your stronghold, it can be easier. But for someone who is purely technical, he can again take his interview towards the coding part of it, as we will talk about it later. But yeah. Okay, Sneha, I'd like to interrupt you.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
yeah, for if I've been actually talking from my perspective, being from a non-CSIT background. From CSIT background also, I'd like to say one thing. If this is for actually for everyone, do not lie in your resume. Whatever you write, you should be ready to answer each and everything. If you've written, in technical skills, languages, you mentioned C, C++, Java, you don't have to mention all the languages, because if you mention all the languages, even right now, if I have to build a resume for myself and apply anywhere else other than Infosys, I'll not write all the coding languages. I've worked in C, I've worked in C++, Java, Python, but I will not write all those languages because I'm not proficient with all of those languages at the moment. If I'm applying somewhere where I know they need Java, I'm going to write only Java because I'll prepare for Java and I'll write Java. But right now, you just need one coding language. It can be C, it can be as basic as C, it can be Python, it can be any language that you want. But you don't have to mention all the languages that you've studied in the 4 years of your college life because they're going to just, they even might just ask you to write a simple program as simple as hello world in Python. And if you've written Python, if you've written 4 or 5 coding languages, you might not know the syntax for all the 5 languages. Please try and understand that. So if you write even one coding language, they might just ask you one simple question. So you get my point. If they're asking you to write a simple small program as simple as hello world in a language, they are not trying to test your programming skills. They are trying to test how honest you are with your resume. They're just trying to check if you know the syntax, which means they're trying to see if you're honest or not. That's what they need. They don't need you to be like a perfect power programmer. No, they just need to see that are you honest with your resume or not. So do not lie in your resume. The projects that you mention, you should be able to answer everything from the scratch to the end of it, the whole development cycle of a project. Be it any project, it doesn't have to be in the same domain. If you're from mechanical engineering, you can explain your project there. In your resume, try to mention, like, you can obviously not write everything about your project, but try to mention the things that the interviewer might find interesting to read. Because if he finds it interesting, he's going to ask questions about that. So you are going to utilize that 20 minutes that we talked about earlier. I might keep saying that in the whole session, but it is very important. You have to cover up that 20 minutes with the best of your abilities, not giving time to the interviewer to ask questions which you might not be able to answer. So if you write interesting things in your resume precisely, don't make it long, just a single page maybe. But these are few resume tips. Do not lie, make it short, keep it short, and write only the things that you feel that you're interested or that you can answer with 100% confidence. If you do, because you might know, you might have studied Java, C, C++, and you write it, but if you're not going to answer the question, he doesn't know, he's not going to ask your friends if, or see your curriculum, if it was a part of your curriculum, or how proficient you were in that particular language. No, they're just going to see that you are maybe not as honest as they want someone to be hiring for Infosys. Other than that, a coding language, as I said, if you are asking about the technical skills in that particular domain, any coding language would do. Basic concepts of any coding language, and data structures and algorithms. It is, let's say, not just for Infosys. Infosys is probably going to offer you 3.5 to 3.6 lakhs per annum, a package of that. But let's say, even if you're sitting for Amazon, offering somewhere around 20 to 22 lakhs of package, in the interview, they're going to ask you the same basic questions of data structures and algorithms. The person, any of you guys who have studied it would know basic sorting problems, bubble sort, merge sort, binary tree problems. These are very basic problems. They're basic questions that they're going to ask you. Linked list. It might sound like if I keep myself at your position in final year, if someone is telling me to study data structures and algorithm, I'm going to be very afraid. I'm going to be scared because I probably did not like it as much. But they're going to teach you that in Infosys also once you get selected. So now that I understand data structure and algorithm better than I did back in college, because it was not my domain, so I can just tell you that it is not very difficult. It is very, very easy, interesting also. So basic concepts of data structures and algorithm, if you write it, they'll be more than happy to ask you questions about it, and you'll be able to answer the questions also. So DS and one coding language with basic knowledge and basic programming skills is going to be enough. Yes, Mia.
Quick tips to introduce yourself.
Okay. Quick tips to introduce yourself. See, again, from my experience, when you start introducing yourself, that's probably a common question you're going to be asked. They'll, as soon as you enter, probably no, you're probably not going to enter. It's going to be an online interview. But as soon as your interview starts, they're going to ask you to introduce yourself, and by the time you introduce, they'll be going through your resume. So they're not going to pay as much attention as they would, but because they'll be reading your resume while you're introducing yourself. So you have to, this is again a suggestion, an advice that you as an individual should have so much to talk about yourself that it should not end until the person in front, the interviewer, asks you to stop. He should ask you to stop. Okay, okay, let's okay, we can move to the next question, or he's going to ask you another question. He's going to interrupt you in between. That shows that how much you can talk, how much you know about yourself, how much you can explain, how much you can exhibit yourself in front of a stranger. Sorry. So you don't necessarily have to tell him or her about your childhood or everything. Very basic, very briefly, if you can tell them about your father's occupation or mother's occupation, describing especially your mother's occupation. Do not, if your mother is a housewife, do not say housewife, say homemaker. That sounds again assuring and respecting to the kind of job a mother does at home. So do not say housewife, say homemaker, and do not add any other adjective behind or ahead of homemaker. People tend to say that my father is working in so and so company at so and so position, and my mother is just a housewife. No, do not say just a housewife. Say she's a homemaker. You do not add such things in front of because yeah, whatever. You get my point, right? So um, that's that's how you introduce. You can briefly mention. It would take just a second or two to mention about your father or mother's occupation and your sibling if you have one. Other than that, keep on giving or keep on. You can talk about your projects. You must have done projects in your third year, in your second year, or in between the years also, in between your semesters also. So you can talk about those projects, and there must be one or two projects that you were very interested in. You can talk about that a little more than other things, because if you're talking about it more than other things, he might ask you some questions regarding that only. Because the part where you introduce yourself, the person sitting right in front of you gets to know the most things about you. So आप जब अपने बारे में इतना बता रहे हो सॉरी, तो उनको वहीं से इंटरेस्ट आएगा और वो वहीं से आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछना चालू करेंगे. और अगर आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में इतनी सारी चीज़ें बोल दी हैं तो वो वहीं से पूछते जाएंगे. और अगेन एज आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली सेइंग that time will move faster. The 20 minutes that you have will move faster. Yes, Neha.
Boss, as you were associated with Thar 2K18,
Okay.
what was the experience and good memories that you want to relive?
Thar 2018.
Yes, boss.
Okay. So I was the part of the core team that had Thar 2018, and so, there were a lot of things that we did for the first time in college. For me, the whole experience was a first, and I remember there was this because I was like I was a part of the team that brought in student activity center also in the college. So my club was this aero modeling club that I started, and in Thar 2018 we got the Aero Modelers Association of India for the first time in Rajasthan, and especially for the first time in our college. That's where they began in Rajasthan to perform, to do an air show for us. For me, that was the highlight because I was always interested in aero modeling and all this stuff. So yeah, that was for me the highlight. And other than that, all the technical events, especially like there was a pro night also. and it was a very difficult situation. It was a very difficult situation because there was a storm, and I don't know how we managed to pull through that flow night. But other than that, the technical events, everything right from scratch, the whole process of it, yeah, that if you talk about leadership qualities, you learn a lot from there, managing a whole event, because there are a lot of responsibilities on you. And if I had to relive the moments, uh, the whole process of it, however difficult it was, however straining it was, I would relive it any day, any time, because it was one of the beautiful moments in my college life. So meeting so many juniors, so many lovely juniors and seniors throughout the whole process, interacting with them, letting them uh, help you in so many other domains, in so many other, like, there there's absolutely everything that you need in a college, in just those 3 days and the preparation that you do before it for Thar. So yeah.
Boss, tips to drive your interview.
Tips to drive your interview. Uh, the first tip I've already mentioned a little bit in the introduction aspect. I'll just briefly say it again. Uh, while you're introducing yourself, see, I'll explain what this means first. Drive the interview. When you enter the interview room, or when the interview starts, there are two ways. Either you can drive the interview, or you can let the interviewer drive the interview. Now, if the interviewer is driving the interview, that means कि आपसे इंट्रोडक्शन पूछा, आपने इंट्रोड्यूस किया बड़ी अच्छी तरीके से, जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ें थी आपने बताई, फिर आप चुप हो गए, फिर उन्होंने क्वेश्चंस पूछना चालू किया, आप उनका टू द पॉइंट आंसर भी कर रहे हो, बट अब इंटरव्यूअर ड्राइव कर रहा है इंटरव्यू, मतलब इंटरव्यूअर के पास जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं वो पूछेगा, अगर आपको आते हैं आप जवाब दोगे, आपको नहीं आते हैं आप जवाब नहीं दोगे. बट एज सुन एज he thinks कि okay, the conversation is like, it's going to be a robotic conversation, uh, he's going to lose interest. If you're answering well, very well, very good for you, your interview is going to end quickly and you'll be home, you'll be selected. But for someone for whom it doesn't matter which background you're from, which branch you're from, but if the interview is not going good for you, you might be from an IT background, very, very well versed with every coding language, but it might just be a bad day. You might not be able to answer a few questions, and it can turn out to be disastrous. But what you can do on the other side is drive the interview yourself. By that I mean that when you introduce yourself, इंट्रोडक्शन में आप ऐसी चीज़ें उनकी तरफ रखो जो वो इंटरेस्टेड हों सुनने में और फिर क्वेश्चंस पूछने में. फॉर एग्जांपल, इट कैन बी एनीथिंग, लाइक ऑन एंड नॉट जस्ट इन इंट्रोडक्शन, बीच में भी फिल इन द गैप्स. जो गैप्स होंगे ना बीच में, जब आपने कोई क्वेश्चन पूछे या उन्होंने कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा, आपने आंसर किया, अब वो सोच रहे हैं कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछने से पहले, आपको लग रहा है कि आपका इंटरव्यू शायद इतना अच्छा नहीं जा रहा है, यू कैन फिल इन दैट गैप. यू कैन आस्क समथिंग फ्रॉम हिम, you can say something that you're interested in, that you've done. It is just, ये सिर्फ हिट एंड ट्राई है. अगर उनको लगा कि इंटरेस्ट आया उनको उस चीज़ में, तो वो आपसे उससे क्वेश्चन पूछना चालू कर देंगे. अगेन, दिस इज ऑल टू extend, or this is all to tell them how interested and enthusiastic you are to work for their company. So again, coming back to the introduction, you can like for example, I'll tell you, in my introduction, I remember, I think I mentioned Aero Modeling Club, and if you just mention the club, you probably is not going to ask you anything. But other than the club, if you mention like something that you did and it was unusual, something unusual that you did, तो फिर वो आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे उससे. Like I think he asked me something related to Aero Modeling Club, and I won. That's how you win. If I threw something at him, something like an Aero Modeling Club term, and if he asked me about that, he would have never asked me otherwise. But just because I mentioned it, he's asking me now. and it was a winning situation for me. I would now constantly talk about aero modeling club, and I would throw more things at him to grab his interest in my field. Now I'm inviting him to ask the question that I want to ask, that I want him to ask me. समझ रहे हो आप? उनको इनवाइट कर रहे हो कि अब आप हमसे वही क्वेश्चन पूछो जो हम चाहते हैं आप हमसे पूछो, क्योंकि मैं वो आंसर कर पाऊंगा आसानी से. एंड अगेन वो टाइम कंज्यूम कर रहे हो आप. आपने टाइम कंज्यूम करा, उन्होंने आपसे जो पूछा आपने उसका आंसर सही से दे दिया, और आपने जब आंसर सही से दे दिया तो फिर obviously he is happy. He doesn't want you to be an expert, as I said, in the field. तो वो obviously आपको सेलेक्ट कर ही लेंगे. तो मेरा इंटरव्यू मोर और लेस ऐसे ही गया था. मेरे प्रोजेक्ट से भी रिलेटेड उन्होंने क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे, बट यू कैन कीप ऑन trying to answer it in a way where he is interested to listen to you. At the same time, he doesn't see कि यार he is beating around the bush, he is not answering my questions properly. उनको ऐसा भी नहीं लगना चाहिए. But yes, you're getting my point, right? Just tell them if you're from robotics club, you might not be from any club, but there must be something that you did in your 4 years of college life, a project or something or anything that you can mention and let him ask questions on that to you, and it can be very beneficial. It can kill the time and it can probably increase your chances of selection. Yes, Neha.
As interviewer asks, if we send you to Chennai, Mysore, etc., means places where we are not willing to go. How and what to answer in such situations?
Yes, always yes. If they ask you, they're probably going to. This question is common. They're going to ask you because Infosys is there in Chennai, Trivandrum, Mysore, Bangalore, Mangalore. They have beautiful campuses everywhere, but still, even for a North Indian like me, I would not want to go to Chennai or Trivandrum in Kerala. So, but you have to say yes. You definitely have to say yes. They'll say that from being a North Indian, you might not be as comfortable going there. They'll tell you all the reasons why you would not want to go there. वो आपको सब चीज़ें बोलेंगे कि हाँ आपको इस वजह से शायद नहीं जाना चाहिए, आपको इस वजह से अच्छा नहीं लगेगा वहाँ पे. But you have to say कि सर, even if you accept कि ऐसा नहीं है मुझे अच्छा लगेगा, ठीक है, it might be something new for me, it might be challenging, but at this point in my life, I would like to take those challenges. I'm not so old that I want to be in my comfort zone. I want to go out of my comfort zone. And this statement itself has a lot of weight in it. I want to go out of my comfort zone. For someone who's not from a CSIT background, it has a lot of weight. This statement has a lot of weight where you say that I want to go out of my comfort zone, because your comfort zone is your 4 years of the branch that you did your engineering in for the 4 years of your college life. You're moving out of your comfort zone. That 4 months in Infosys Mysore is going to be totally out of your comfort zone. So just say yes whenever they ask you, whatever situation they put you in. Just say yes, and not just Infosys. This might be a common thing for other companies also. You should always say yes in such scenarios, because you'll always get a chance to be in the place you like, and especially in Infosys. If you do, like, if someone who's listening to me right now and he or she gets placed, and after the 4 months in Mysore, he or she gets deployed in Chennai, Trivandrum, anywhere, you can always contact me. I'll help you move out of that city. I'll tell you how you do that, because I've done that myself. Helped others also do that, and I'll help you then. So yeah. So yeah.
How to present your strength and weaknesses in front of the interviewer?
Always, both of these strengths and weaknesses, they should always be in favor of the company. To explain, like, for strengths, you can say I'm not sure. I'm not sure if saying that my strength is in playing cricket. I'm a good batsman, or my strength is I'm a great bowler. I'm a great basketball player. These might be your strengths, but you don't mention them in an interview or in anywhere. You have to be like the purpose of your strength has to match with the purpose of the company. अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि मेरी स्ट्रेंथ फॉर एग्जांपल ये है कि मेरी प्रोग्रामिंग स्किल्स अच्छी हैं, अगेन स्ट्रेंथ में भी अगर आपने कोडिंग रिलेटेड कोई चीज़ बोल दी तो अब आपकी स्ट्रेंथ आप अगर वो बता रहे हो ना, तो फिर वो क्वेश्चन भी पूछ सकते हैं उससे वापस से, भले ही इंटरव्यू एंड हो रहा होगा तो क्वेश्चन पूछने लग जाएंगे आपसे वापस उसमें। तो स्ट्रेंथ में यू कैन ऑलवेज से कि मतलब दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, यू शुड नॉट यूज इट बिकॉज सो मेनी ऑफ यू आर लिसनिंग, इफ यू यूज द सेम स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। बट जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, स्ट्रेंथ में आप बोल सकते हो कि मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम गुड एट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज। दे माइट आस्क यू टू गिव एन एग्जांपल फॉर दोस लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज। यू शुड ऑलवेज बी रेडी विद एन एग्जांपल। कुछ ना कुछ करा होगा ऐसा लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज से रिलेटेड या कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स कहीं पे भी प्रूव करने के लिए, ये सब चीज़ें। बी रेडी विद एन एग्जांपल टू सपोर्ट योर वट एवर यू से। वीकनेस, नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल वीकनेस में अगर कोई बोल दे कि फूड इज़ माई वीकनेस, मुझे खाना बहुत पसंद है, मैं खाना कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता हूँ खाना देख के, तो येस इट इज़ अ वीकनेस, बट this is not going to help you. This is again, it is not a problem. Weakness can be anything, but if you want to build an impression, वो आपको याद रखें, तो आपको वीकनेस भी उनके फेवर में बतानी है कि वो वीकनेस ऐसा लगे कि ओके दिस इज अ वीकनेस बट इट इज इन द फेवर ऑफ द कंपनी। आई टेल यू एन एग्जांपल, जो मेरी वीकनेस थी मैं बताता हूँ, मेरी वीकनेस जेन्युइन वीकनेस बताता हूँ मैं मेरी। डोंट यूज इट, बट आई मीन आई एम सजेस्टिंग नॉट टू नॉट यूज इट बिकॉज अगेन सो मेनी पीपल आर लिसनिंग, so and not everybody can use it, but I'll tell you my weakness. So this is what I said in the interview also. When I am leading up a company or a small team also, let's say a team of 5 members and I'm the leader, I tend to treat everyone equally. So even if out of those 5 members 2 are my very close friends, the fact that I'm treating everybody equally, my friends and the other 3 person also, my friends tend to, क्योंकि आपके दोस्त अगर आपकी टीम में है उनको ऐसा लगेगा कि यार ये मुझे फेवर करे, ये लीडर है, मेरा दोस्त है और हमारे साथ का ही है, तो ये थोड़ा फेवर करे हमें। मैं नहीं करता हूँ वो, आई डोंट डू दैट इन अ प्रोफेशनल एनवायरनमेंट, आई डोंट डू दैट, आई हैव नेवर डन दैट इन कॉलेज ऑल्सो एंड आई डोंट डू दैट इन द कंपनी ऑल्सो। तो उससे होता क्या है, आपके दोस्त इतने रहते नहीं हैं, यू टेंड टू हैव लेस फ्रेंड्स, you have people who think because if someone is your friend and you don't support them in such a scenario, they won't be your friend even, so you tend to have less friends. So this is a weakness कि मेरे दोस्त कम हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि मेरा प्रोफेशनलिज्म ऐसा है कि मैं उनको वैसे ही ट्रीट करता हूँ जैसे मैं बाकी लोगों को ट्रीट करता हूँ। तो दिस इज इन फेवर ऑफ द कंपनी, बट दिस इज ऑल्सो अ वीकनेस टू माई पर्सनल हेल्थ कि आई हैव लेस फ्रेंड्स। Now it can be it definitely is a constructive weakness, but you can take it any way you want, but the interviewer is going to be happy listening to such a thing. So this is how you should mention your weakness or your strength, always supported with an example, because again they might not want an example, they might not need an example, but again it helps you kill their time. You have to cross that 15-20 minutes. Yes, Neha.
How do you refresh yourself from the monotonous life of 9 to 5 job?
There are a lot of things that I do. In that 9 to 5 job, okay, 9 to 5, calculate the number of hours in 9 to 5. 8 hours? Okay. So Infosys, the minimum working hours are 9 hours 15 minutes, which is 9.25 hours. So yes, 9 to 6 you can say, but it usually extends. The last project that I was in, I was working 12 hours a day. It was interesting. It was for an Indian client and I had a lot of fun doing it. So I try a lot of new things. I've recently started blogging. I was always interested in tech, so I created my own website from scratch. I started blogging. Then other than that, I was interested in UX and UI design. So took a course from Udemy, started doing that. Then digital marketing interested me. So along with blogging, started learning because you write blogs, you need search engine optimization. Also started learning that. Interested. Then again, it followed that my interest followed through to Google Analytics, Google AdWords. I was exploring a lot of new things. So while I was at home on leave because I was taking care of my parents, I had some time where I just had to be around them, but was obviously not able to work. So these are the things that I did. Started my own blogging website, started learning search engine optimization, Google AdWords, digital marketing, SMMA, and financial modeling also. Managing your finances, it is very important once you start earning. So all these things I started, I was treating them as a hobby, and my project didn't involve Android. So always was interested how Android apps work, how I can build one. So from scratch again, started building an Android app. Interest like managing databases. So yeah, a lot of things I started, still continuing some of them, and yes, I wish to learn new things and obviously continue a lot more.
How to hide your nervousness and walk in confidently in the interview?
Very, very basic few points. Drink water before you enter. Okay. This is very basic, but yes, before your interview starts, drink some water and take a deep breath before you enter the interview. And there is also one thing. So you want to kill your nervousness, and you don't necessarily want to kill it completely. You need to have some nervousness. That yeah, and other than nervousness, there is confidence that is required, not overconfidence, but confidence. I'll tell you how a little bit of nervousness and a little bit of confidence. A lot of confidence, but not overconfidence can get you through it. Drinking water, deep breath is important right before your interview starts. That is when you should do that. Do it. Other than that, you should always have faith on your skills, on yourself, that even though in the worst case scenario, let's say, you should be prepared for the worst case scenario. नहीं मिलता है जॉब, नहीं होता है सिलेक्शन, तो क्या हो गया? हमारी नर्वसनेस कहाँ से आती है कि एक होती है नर्वसनेस कि यार एक स्ट्रेंजर को फेस करने जा रहे हैं अंदर, या हमने कभी बात नहीं करी ऐसे स्ट्रेंजर से. तो जस्ट थिंक ऑफ इट कि जो सामने तुम्हारा जो स्ट्रेंजर जिसे तुम मिलने वाले हो ना, इंटरव्यूअर जो है तुम्हारा, वो तुम्हें बिल्कुल परेशान नहीं करने वाला है. इनफैक्ट अगर तुम कोई गलत आंसर देते हो या तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू कैसा भी जा रहा है, ये तुम खुद एनालाइज करोगे, वो तुमसे बहुत प्यार से, बहुत हंस के बात करेगा. ही इज गोइंग टू बी अ जेम ऑफ अ पर्सन हु इज गोइंग टू टेक योर इंटरव्यू. सो उनकी तरफ से तो तुम्हें डरने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. सामने वो तुम्हें, ही इज गोइंग टू, और द पर्सन हु इज टेकिंग योर इंटरव्यू is going to make you feel welcome in your own college. Is going to make you feel welcome. What you need to do is avoid that part of it and have faith in yourself, have faith on your skills. You have to go in there and have a fun time. So just go in there and have a fun time. You don't think about anything else, because जो तैयारी करनी थी, टेक्निकल स्किल्स या जो भी है, नर्वसनेस हमें एक दिन पहले नहीं होती है, 2 दिन पहले नहीं होती है. नर्वसनेस होती है इंटरव्यू से जस्ट पहले, या जब बाकी लोग इंटरव्यू दे के निकल रहे होते हैं, या हमें फीडबैक मिल रहा होता है कि किसका इंटरव्यू कैसा गया, किसका कैसा गया. ऑब्वियसली वो थोड़ा फायदा होता है, उससे तुम्हें हेल्प मिलेगी कि पता चलेगा कैसे क्या इंटरव्यू में क्या क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं, बट नर्वसनेस बढ़ती जाती है. तो मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि मैंने जो तुम्हें चीज़ें बताई हैं फॉर नॉन CSIT पीपल, कि एक सब्जेक्ट अपना इंटरेस्टिंग रखना और इंटरेस्ट वाला रखना और उससे आंसर दे देना. उसके अलावा आई डोंट थिंक यू शुड गो अराउंड एंड आस्क पीपल कि तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू कैसा गया, तुम्हारा कैसा गया, क्योंकि किसी का बहुत अच्छा जाएगा तो उससे मोटिवेशन मिलेगा, किसी का बहुत ईजी होगा तो उससे मोटिवेशन मिलेगा, बट अगर किसी का खराब होगा ना तो उससे और डिप्रेस हो जाओगे. तो तुम्हारा मोराल, जो तुमने कॉन्फिडेंस मोराल इतना ओवर किया था, वो सब नीचे गिर जाएगा, और उसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं होती है. मैं जब मेरा इंटरव्यू था उससे पहले मैंने बहुत लोगों से देखा था, किसी से डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, किसी से माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स, किसी से पता नहीं क्या क्या क्वेश्चन पूछे थे. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन एज एन होल ब्रांच रैंडम क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे. मैं भी डर गया था, बट मैं अंदर गया उससे पहले मैंने सोचा कि यार ठीक है, मुझे मेरे ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस है कि हाँ ठीक है, ये नहीं भी हुआ ना तो मैं कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लूंगा, मेरा कोई ना कोई तो मैं क्लियर कर ही लूंगा इंटरव्यू, उतना कॉन्फिडेंस मुझे था। तो जब उस कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ अंदर गया ना तो वो उनको भी दिखता है कि हाँ भाई ये डरा हुआ है, इतना डरा हुआ नहीं है। मतलब थोड़ी बहुत नर्वसनेस होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर तुम जाते ही ऐसे ओवर कॉन्फिडेंटली वहाँ बैठोगे तो उन्हें लगेगा कि उन्हें ये दो चीज़ें लग सकती हैं, या तो ये इट कैन कम आउट एज एरोगेंस, so they'll not like you, or it can come out as here he is very very confident, I think he's ready to answer all of our questions, so they'll throw their best shots at you, and obviously you'll not be able to answer, and that's how you bomb an interview. I've bombed interviews also, but yeah, it's more like have faith on your skills, be confident. Your skills are your assets, your personality is your asset. Don't lose that. Don't try to copy anyone, don't try to copy any other person who went for an interview and got selected. The interviews are not going to be the same. जो इंटरव्यूअर बैठा है वो बहुत एक्सपीरियंस होता है, उसने प्रॉब्ली सालों से वो इंटरव्यूज ही ले रहा है और खुद भी बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज दे रखे होंगे, और वो उस कंपनी में 15-20 साल से या 10 साल कम से कम काम कर रहा होगा। तो तुम्हें यू कांट फूल दैट पर्सन। ऑल यू कैन डू इज अपनी पर्सनैलिटी को इस तरह से प्रेजेंट करो कि नर्वसनेस थोड़ी बहुत चलती है, कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, बस इस तरह से नहीं कि तुम्हारे हाथ शेक कर रहे हैं, तुमसे बोला नहीं जा रहा है, तुम फंबल कर रहे हो बोलने में। वो डर जो होता है ना वो पहले निकाल दो, उसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है क्योंकि सामने तुम्हें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, वो तुम्हें जज नहीं करने वाला है। इज नॉट इवन गोइंग टू रिमेंबर योर नेम आफ्टर द इंटरव्यू, इवन इफ यू गेट सेलेक्टेड उनको तुम्हारे नाम भी याद नहीं रहने वाले हैं, क्योंकि इतने सारे लोग तुम लोग सेलेक्ट होने वाले हो, ये तो मैं बता ही रहा हूँ। तो you don't have to worry about anything, just go in there, have fun, and just have faith and confidence on your skills, that's it. And Sneha, again to interrupt once again, I missed one point. कॉन्फिडेंस ना एक और चीज़ से आता है। अभी तुम्हारे इंटरव्यू शायद ऑनलाइन होने वाला है, बट ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन दोनों केसेस में ट्राई टू ड्रेस अप, और मतलब अपनी ग्रूमिंग अच्छे से रखना, क्योंकि जब तुम ग्रूम्ड होते हो ना, तुमने फॉर एग्जांपल अगर घर पे भी इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो अपना, प्रॉपर शूज़ पहनना, पैंट पहनना, ट्राउजर्स, शर्ट पहनना। ऐसा नहीं कि इंटरव्यू मेरी सिर्फ कमर तक दिखेगी तो नीचे मैं कुछ भी पहन लेता हूँ, सिर्फ ऊपर ऊपर शर्ट पहनने की जरूरत नहीं, ठीक है। प्रॉपर फॉर्मल्स में अच्छे से इंटरव्यू देने बैठना, प्रॉपरली ग्रूम्ड होने चाहिए, ताकि उससे सामने वाले को तो अच्छा लगता ही है जो तुम्हें देख रहा है, बट तुम्हें भी एक अलग तरह का कॉन्फिडेंस आता है। इफ़ यू आर मतलब घर पे इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो तो एक सबसे पहली चीज़ बोलूँगा, नहा के बैठना, बिना नहाए मत बैठना इंटरव्यू देने के लिए। आधे से ज़्यादा लोग ऐसा कर सकते हैं, बट ढंग से, मतलब be properly groomed. It gives you a lot of confidence when you are groomed and where you are well dressed, proper iron shirt के साथ। That's it. Yes, Neha.
But as you cracked Baiju's interview, so from a BTech background, how were you able to crack a sales and marketing interview? And is it good to go into sales and marketing after BTech?
Okay. So yes, I did crack it. And to answer your second part of your question first, it depends on your interest. If you want to okay, sorry. It depends on your interest if you want to go into sales and marketing. For me, it was like I was always, as you mentioned, that I worked in Thar 2018. So not just in Thar, but there were a lot of events that I was part of in the organizing team in college. So right from my first year to final year. So I was always interested in team building and managing and marketing. I've done that. I went out in Kota and other places for sponsorships also. So it was always an interest of mine. So after I got selected in Infosys, I wanted first to keep my options open, to be very practical and honest. I wanted, if I have an opportunity in Byju's, and if they don't mind me already having an offer letter from Infosys, they still can let me sit in their interview or recruitment process. Why not? I have interest in that domain, yes. Do I know how they work? Probably not enough. So just to keep an option, I went there. And yeah, to if you want to ask if it is wise, if it was a wise decision or not, it depends again on your interest, as I said. And from being a technical background, Byju's for these particular type of jobs, this was a BD, a business development associate job. Uh, the package that they offer is very attractive. Like Infosys, you get 3.5, 3.6. The in-hand amount is 22.5 thousand for an average performer in the training process. But for high performers, it's 25,000. But in Byju's, on the other hand, it offers you 7 plus 3 lakhs. At the time when we were recruited, this was our package. So you'll get at least 7 lakhs per annum, and it usually is more than that because you tend to get a lot of incentives. So the package is really high compared to Infosys. But it depends again what kind of job do you want to do. And I did work in Byju's for I think 1 week or 2 weeks before I left it for Infosys, because Infosys called me right after I joined Byju's, so I had to leave it. But you have to make a choice and should not be based on the current scenario. I'll tell you, let's say I'm earning 7 or whatever, 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs, approximately 60 to 70,000 per month in Byju's, and in Infosys, my friends are earning 22.5 thousand. So what obviously Byju's is attractive. I mean, coming out of RTU, you want to earn, and the first job that you land is Byju's, so it is definitely attractive. But the kind of work environment, again, you have to look at it from another perspective. The way I looked at it at an interview, reverse engineering the interview, calculating the time that a person has, all those aspects to get through the interview, not just the technical aspects, not just the straight road ahead, not just the usual path ahead. So in Byju's also, if a company is offering you so much money, what kind of job are they expecting out of you? What is the job that you're doing there? You'll probably be a sales executive. You'll be selling their courses, their tablets. It is a good job. A lot of my friends are doing it. A lot of my seniors are doing it. They're still in Byju's. But you have to see the career prospects after a while. Let's say you're working in Byju's for a year, and whatever the kind of job it is, if you want to know, the people can ask me. I'll tell you the kind of job it is. But irrespective of the kind of job it is, you are there for the money, and after a year or two, after you get frustrated and you want to move out, you want to switch a company. Now that you have worked in sales, you're not going to get a job in technical because you're not going to be interested, because even if you want to use your technical degree to get a job in an IT company after working for 1 year or 2 years in Byju's, you are going to start from scratch. It's going to be difficult for you to first land a job. Even if you do, you're going to start from scratch, which is that 3.5, 3.6 package. And again, it is going to be off campus. So ऑफ कैंपस कितना मुश्किल होता है ये तुम्हें अभी पता नहीं चलेगा, तो जब लोग जाएंगे ऑफ कैंपस इंटरव्यूज और रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेसेस में, तो जब पूरी दुनिया मतलब पूरी इंडिया से लोग आए हुए होंगे जॉब्स के लिए, इतना कंपटीशन होगा, तब तुम्हें समझ में आएगा ऑफ कैंपस कितना मुश्किल होता है, और ऑन कैंपस उसके कंपैरिजन में बहुत ज़्यादा आसान होता है. मतलब इट इज़ वेरी वेरी इजी टू लैंड an on-campus job, crack an on-campus job than an off-campus job. So it completely depends on your interest. It completely depends where do you see yourself in, maybe let's say not 5 or 10 years, but 1.5, 2 years. Where do you see yourself? And never keep money or your salary as a priority. Priority होनी चाहिए कि मैं इस डोमेन से आगे मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप बायजूस जाते हो फॉर द मनी, ठीक है, इनिशियली सब अच्छा लगेगा, बट एक टाइम आएगा जब वो मनी मैटर नहीं करेगा. अगेन इट इज़ मटीरियलिस्टिक. थोड़ी दिनों बाद मैटर नहीं करेगा, अब आपको लगेगा कि यार मुझे थोड़ा ना सेंस ऑफ स्टेबिलिटी चाहिए. आई कांट कीप डूइंग दिस जॉब एंड मे बी सपोर्ट माई फैमिली एंड बी एज सोशल एज आई वॉन्ट टू बी. You would want to look for another jobs, and in the whole process you might regret, or you might be very very happy that you chose Byju's or sales and marketing company like Byju's. Do not confuse sales and marketing with the kind of work that you do in Byju's. If you want, I'll explain the kind of work that you do in Byju's, because I think A lot of you might be applying in Byju's because Byju's is actively recruiting, and that's yeah. So sales and marketing in a corporate, in a different company, in a corporate especially other than Byju's is different, and sales in Byju's is a lot different. So do not get confused between the two, and uh, so yeah, you have to look at least 2 or 5 years down the line where you want to be. Like if I take my example for an instance, I took Byju's because I wanted to be, uh, I wanted to see, I wanted to keep it as an option. But on the other hand, as soon Infosys called me, I went there. I settled for a lesser package because I wanted to get experience of a corporate industry and then decide. If I was interested in marketing, this is probably why I went into Byju's. I went into the interview. But now that I've seen what Byju's offers, and I want to now know what corporate offers, a corporate company like Infosys, then I'll decide that probably after 1, 2, 3 years of experience in IT, I'll decide if I want to do MBA, or maybe I have this sudden developed interest in coding or data analysis, because these terms would be alien to me unless I go in the field, experience it for myself. जब आप जाके एक्सपीरियंस करोगे आपको पता चलेगा. अभी सिर्फ सुना है कि हाँ डेटा एनालिटिक्स ये होता है, डेटा साइंस ये होता है, बिजनेस एनालिस्ट ये होता है, कंसल्टिंग जॉब्स कैसे होते हैं. ठीक है, आईटी मतलब कोडिंग ही होता है क्या, आईटी में और क्या होता है, ये सब चीज़ें ना बाहर बैठे बैठे ऐसी लगेंगी. और बाहर बैठे बैठे गूगल पे सर्च भी करोगे ना, तो तुम जो सर्च करोगे ऑब्वियसली गूगल वो बता ही देगा. बट जब तुम फील्ड में जाओगे तो तुम और सारी चीज़ों से और बहुत सारी चीज़ों से you will be aware, and that awareness will help you choose what do you want to do ahead in life. अभी अगर फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, थर्ड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स कोई ऐसे हैं जिन्हें लगता है कि यार हम कंफ्यूज हैं कि हम एमबीए करें या हम एमटेक करें या हम बाहर चल जाएं इंडिया से एमएस करें या बाहर से एमबीए करें या फिर अभी जॉब ले लें, तो सबसे अच्छी चीज़ ये होती है कि अगर इतना ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजन है, एक बार जॉब लेके देख लो. इन्फोसिस में जाओ, इन्फोसिस में काम करो थोड़े टाइम, 1 साल का एक्सपीरियंस भी मिलेगा. इट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन योर एमएस एंड एमबीए ऑल्सो. एंड यूल, instead of taking a drop and doing or researching or getting confused, you can work and at the same time see and figure out for yourself what you want to do ahead in life. वो सबसे बेस्ट चीज़ होगी कि तुम वहाँ पे जाके डिसाइड कर पाओगे कि मुझे एमबीए करना है या एमएस करना है. एंड इट विल ब्रिंग आउट अ वेरी क्लियरर पिक्चर compared to where you are right now. This is something that I'm talking from experience. Now I might be more clear than I was earlier, an year before, about what if I want to do MS or MBA or start something of my own, or do anything. So it gives you a wider perspective when you move into corporate. So yeah, if you're confused, you should, I think, take this step, and it is going to be very beneficial for you. Yes, Neha.
What kind of questions can we ask to interviewer?
Particularly Infosys. So you can ask about the Infosys. If I talk about the top IT companies in India, you might have heard about Infosys, TCS, Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, all these companies. But I'll tell you something, Infosys in terms of campuses, because this is non-technical, but Infosys in terms of campuses has the most beautiful of them. It has the best campuses you'll be able to see in any IT company. In places, in congested places like Bangalore, even there they have beautiful campuses, and not just one, I think more than one. So you can talk about the campuses. You can talk about the Mysore campus, which is so famous around the globe, I think, because in my experience, in my 4 months of this training in Mysore, we would see a lot of foreign employees from Infosys, right from US to America, US to Australia, Canada, coming to see just the campus. So it is one such monument that you should not miss. And apart from that, you can always ask questions about the training in Mysore, the training experience in Mysore. You can ask about the DCs in Mysore. You can ask about what kind of opportunities would you get in what all domains can you get opportunities in the various DCs that we have. DCs are development centers, offices across the entire country. So, in what kind of opportunities in what all domains can you get? Or if there is a domain that you like, you might not know about it, but when it comes down to, this might be the last question. This might be the end of your interview where the interviewer asks you, "Hey, if you have any questions for me," or even if he doesn't, this is the end of the interview, you can ask him directly. So if there is a domain like, let's say, data science, or let's say big data, to say I'm interested in big data, so I would like to know if what all opportunities will I get, and always sound, and they should be able to see that sparkle in your eyes when you, okay, it sounds cliche, but you can act it out. I mean, this is something he is going to appreciate, that big data or any domain that you want to ask him, what kind of domain can I be expecting that I'll be working on, and I'm very excited to work on this particular thing. What opportunities will I get on site and off site? On site is when your clients might be like, you might be working from, let's say, Pune, and your client might be in Canada. So there is obviously one team of Infosys sitting in Canada also. So you might get an opportunity to be a part of that team. So as soon as you're deployed after your training, maybe in some time they'll ask you, okay, okay, do you want to travel to Canada? Do you want to travel to Australia? Do you want to travel to Amsterdam? Because my friends, they are there, they're working in those projects. So they have their colleagues there in Amsterdam, and sometimes you get opportunities. I've worked at a client location, although sadly my client was Punjab National Bank, so I was working in New Delhi head office. But yes, working in a client location gives you a lot of experience, lot of exposure, and it is very, very fruitful and helpful for your career, because you learn not just your skills, you nurture not just your skills, but also client handling, which is very important, because that's what Infosys does, handles its clients, manages their services. So you can ask about that. Let's see if I have anything else written about it. Mm, Yeah, yeah, I think that's it. You can ask about anything. You can ask about if you're interested in health insurance that the company provides. What are the health insurance benefits? What all does it cover? If it covers your family or not? These are very these questions you might not be interested in, but the person sitting right in front of you might be interested. He might know all these questions. He might be able to answer you better. And trust me, when I got this opportunity, I asked him just about some DC, or I just mentioned Mysore DC, and he went on for like 5 or 7 minutes explaining where all the DCs, where do you have the DCs all over the country and abroad also. He was so interested, and I think he must be a senior project manager, an experience of 15 years more or more. And he was so interested in explaining where all Infosys has, in what all location Infosys has its offices, head offices. He was very enthusiastic explaining about Infosys or talking about Infosys. And that's, I think, what they expect out of you as well, when you talk about whatever you talk about, your skills, your projects, or anything that you worked on. So yeah, absolutely anything that you want to ask him. You can maybe Google a few quick things, or ask other few seniors. You can like I shared my experience. You might know other seniors who are working in Infosys. You can ask them what kind of questions you or can we ask from the interviewer. So yeah, back to you, Sneha.
What motivates you to join a company like Infosys?
Okay, so this can be answered in two ways. Uh, this can be a personal answer, where what motivates one to join a company like Infosys. This can be an answer. This can be a question that you guys are asking me, that what should motivate us to join a company like Infosys. और एक ये क्वेश्चन ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि कोई इंटरव्यूअर ही आपसे पूछ रहा है कि why do you think, or what motivated you to join or appear for an interview in a company like Infosys, or why should you join Infosys, or why do you want to join Infosys. दो तरह से क्वेश्चन लिया जा सकता है. तो मैं पहले जेन्युइनली एज अ सीनियर अपना पर्सपेक्टिव शेयर करूँगा कि क्यों क्यों आई थिंक आप लोगों को इन्फोसिस ज्वाइन करना चाहिए। एक मैं बता चुका हूँ आपको कि इफ़ यू आर नॉट क्लियर ऑन व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, एंड इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन टू बी नॉट क्लियर। तो अगर आप क्लियर नहीं हो कि आपको करना क्या है आगे, आप कंफ्यूज हो, क्लियर नहीं हो, आप कंफ्यूज हो कि मुझे एमबीए करना है, एमएस करना है, क्या करना है, तो you can opt for this option and you'll get 4 months of training जहाँ पे इतना मज़ा आएगा, इतना मज़ा आएगा। वो टाइम भी आप यूटिलाइज कर सकते हो फिगर आउट करने में, और उसके बाद डिप्लॉय होने के बाद भी 1 साल मिलेगा, आराम से फिगर आउट कर सकते हो कि हाँ यार इसमें मज़ा आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है। तो 1 साल तो किसी भी चीज़ को टाइम देने के लिए बहुत होता है, और वो एक्सपीरियंस पे भी काउंट हो रहा है, आपको पैसे भी मिल रहे हैं, आपकी स्किल्स भी एनहांस हो रही हैं, और फिर आप जो चाहे वो कर सकते हो। अगर चाहो तो छोड़ दे कंपनी। बट आई एम सॉरी, इसके अलावा एक और रीज़न, जो मैसूर में ट्रेनिंग होती है, दैट ट्रेनिंग आई शेयर माई एग्जाम्पल। मैं जब ट्रेनिंग के लिए गया था, मुझे कोडिंग नहीं आती थी बिल्कुल भी, मुझे डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स, एल्गोरिदम्स कुछ भी नहीं आता था, और मेरी कोडिंग लैंग्वेज इतनी, मेरी कोडिंग नॉलेज या मेरी स्किल सेट कोडिंग में इतना कम था कि मैं सी या सी प्लस प्लस में भी, क्योंकि मैंने जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह करे थे 3rd ईयर के बाद करे थे, उसके बाद मेरा फाइनल ईयर का प्रोजेक्ट मैटलैब पे था, तो उसमें ऑब्वियसली आपकी सी सी प्लस प्लस या ऐसी कोई लैंग्वेज होती नहीं है। तो मेरी कोडिंग स्किल्स इतनी ख़राब थी कि मैं शायद प्राइम नंबर का लॉजिक भी नहीं लिख पाता उस टाइम पे, और बहुत बेसिक लॉजिक पे मैं नहीं लिख पाता। मैं शायद हेलो वर्ड शायद लिख पाता, बट जब मैं मैसूर में गया तो आई न्यू देयर आर एग्जाम्स दैट यू नीड टू क्वालिफाई, दैट यू नीड टू पास बिफोर यू आर डिप्लॉयड और कन्फर्म। यू विल गेट योर सैलरी थ्रू आउट द 4 months, बट sorry, you'll get a few, there'll be a few exams that you need to pass. So in those exams I always felt कि मैं फेल हो जाऊंगा, बट उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, उनका सिस्टम इतना अच्छा होता है 4 महीने का कि आप पढ़ोगे भी सही। आउट ऑफ योर 7 days ऑफ द वीक, सैटरडे संडे आपकी छुट्टी होती है, मंडे टू फ्राइडे आपकी क्लासेस होंगी, आप असाइनमेंट्स कर रहे होगे, इतना मज़ा आएगा वो असाइनमेंट्स करने में, इतना मज़ा आएगा पढ़ने में, और जो बाकी के 2 दिन बचेंगे यू विल बी एबल टू एक्सप्लोर मैसूर एंड ऑल द अदर प्लेसेस। मैं सैटरडे संडे बहुत घूमा हूँ, मैं अलग अलग जगह गया हूँ, ठीक है, मैंने बहुत एक्सप्लोर किया है, कर्नाटका, तमिलनाडु, केरला, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश, पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ साउथ में मैं घूमा हूँ। एंड डिस्पाइट ऑफ डूइंग दैट, आई एम सेइंग, मैंने पहले मेंशन करा कि मुझे कोडिंग मेरी इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी, और मैंने बताया था कि इन्फोसिस में देयर इज एवरेज परफॉर्मर्स एंड हाई परफॉर्मर्स। Average performers are those who get less than 80%, high performers who get more than 80%। सैलरी में भी फ़र्क होता है, एवरेज परफॉर्मर्स की 22,500 होती है, हाई परफॉर्मर्स की 25,000 होती है। ये अभी तक का स्ट्रक्चर है, आगे मुझे आप लोगों का नहीं पता है। मैंने ट्रेनिंग पूरी करी, मैंने सारे एग्जाम्स पास किए इन वन गो। आपको चांस मिलते हैं, अगर आप फेल होते हो तो जेनरिक ट्रेनिंग और स्ट्रीम ट्रेनिंग 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड होती है इन्फोसिस में, मैसूर में। तो जेनरिक ट्रेनिंग में 2 एग्जाम होते हैं, स्ट्रीम ट्रेनिंग में 4 एग्जाम होते हैं। जेनरिक ट्रेनिंग में आपको दोनों एग्जाम में 3-3 चांस मिलते हैं, अगर तीनों चांस में आप फेल हो गए तो आपको वापस घर भेज देता है, और सेम वहाँ स्ट्रीम ट्रेनिंग में भी 2 चांस मिलते हैं। मैंने सारे अपने एग्जाम्स सिंगल अटेम्प्ट में पास किए, और मैं पूरा प्रोसेस हाई परफॉर्मर पास करके निकला था। और मैंने कोई बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत मतलब ऑब्वियसली करी थी, क्योंकि ज़रूरत भी थी, मेरे को आती नहीं थी कोडिंग, बट मुझे लगा नहीं था कि मैं कर पाऊंगा, बट मैं आई थिंक आई मैनेज्ड इट प्रिटी इजीली। ऑल्सो अलॉन्ग विद घूमना फिरना, एंजॉय करना, बहुत एंजॉय किया, बहुत कुछ किया, सब कुछ किया मैंने वहाँ पे। और उसके बाद भी मैं स्मूथली अपनी ट्रेनिंग खत्म करके एज अ हाई परफॉर्मर निकला था बाकी दोस्तों के साथ। मुझे अपनी प्रेफर्ड लोकेशन भी मिल गई थी क्योंकि मेरी परसेंटेज अच्छी थी, और आई डिड नॉट फेस एनी डिफिकल्टी। तो बेसिकली मैं कहना ये चाह रहा हूँ कि वाई शुड यू ज्वाइन इन्फोसिस, बिकॉज ऑफ दोस 4 months ऑफ योर ट्रेनिंग। दैट ट्रेनिंग जो टाइम मिलेगा ना, तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका सिलेक्शन तो हो गया है बट आपकी स्किल्स वगैरह इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, वो वहाँ पे सब सिखा देंगे, और वो इस तरह से सिखाएंगे कि आपको लगेगा नहीं कि कोई बर्डन है, और आप अच्छे से सीख जाओगे। और ऑब्वियसली आई डोंट नीड टू टॉक अबाउट द कैंपस एनफ। वो कैंपस इतना अच्छा है कि वो एक्सपीरियंस आपको इंडिया में क्या कहीं पे भी और नहीं मिलेगा। जो लाइफ इन्फोसिस मैसूर की होगी वो कहीं और मिलेगी नहीं। और ये मेरे जैसे जितने भी इन्फोसियंस हैं या इन्फोसिस एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं जो ट्रेनिंग कर चुके हैं वहाँ पे, वो थकेंगे नहीं प्रेज करते हुए उस कैंपस को। तो आई कैन गो ऑन एंड ऑन, दिस सेशन कैन गो अप, आई डोंट नो टिल व्हेन, बट हाँ वो एक्सपीरियंस होगा ना, नॉट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द फन यू विल हैव देयर, बट बिकॉज ऑफ द whole personality or the whole development that is going to be there for you in those 4 or 5 months of training, वो बहुत important होता है। तो इसलिए मैं I would suggest. And then again, it is a great brand image अच्छी है, Infosys का नाम चलेगा. Then you have a learning platform जैसे Udemy है या और platforms हैं, जैसे Learning Lex है, Infosys का खुद का learning platform. जो लोग select हो जाएंगे उन्हें easy early access भी मिल जाएगा. तो आपको वो platform मिल जाएगा, आप उसमें पढ़ सकते हो, आप उसमें सारे कोर्सेज कर सकते हो, जो आपकी डोमेन है उसके अलावा भी चीज़ें कर सकते हो, आपको अपस्किल करने का चांस मिलता है. आप मैंने बताया जैसे ऑन साइट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ वगैरह मिलती हैं. अब अगर आप ऑन साइट चले गए तो ऑब्वियसली पैकेज बढ़ जाता है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं. तो फॉर अ स्टार्टर, फॉर स्टार्टिंग योर करियर, Infosys इज़ अ ग्रेट ऑप्शन. एंड आई थिंक यू शुड बी फ्रॉम एनी ब्रांच इफ़ यू थिंक, अगर आपके पास ऑप्शन आपकी आपने सब अगर फिगर आउट कर रखा है तो ठीक है, Infosys can be a part of it. But अगर आपने थोड़ा भी आपको डाउट है या कंफ्यूज हो, तो you can go with Infosys and still figure out what you want to do. Yes, Neha.
That's all from my side. I would like to hand over this to Manish sir.
Thank you, Yash, and thank you, Sneha, for beautifully hosting this interview. And Yash, thanks a lot that you shared your experiences about how to face interview in like a senior. जैसे एक senior अपने student, अपने juniors को समझाता है, उसी language में अपनी honesty से, अपने candidness से आपने समझाया है. And I tell you, Infosys is starting its interview. I think if Abhishek will guide me from 3rd, I think 4th, so whatsoever. I think in this week only, in beginning of next week. And we had at least 7 different sessions how to prepare for interview. And I tell you, all those are paid sessions. I mean, Department of Training and Placement paid for outside professionals to explain to our students how to appear for interview. और वो सारे अच्छे थे, बहुत हमने चूज करके लाए थे. पर मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ और मैं आपको बधाई देना चाहता हूँ, ये सेशन सबसे ज़्यादा एक आई विल से प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंटेबल है और ऑनेस्ट है, बिकॉज एक सीनियर अपने जूनियर को उसी की भाषा में समझा रहा है. बोथ आर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द सेम मोल्ड, दोनों RTU के हैं को समझ में आएगा. And what I picked from you was steering the interview, how to drive the interview in your own way. I mean to say, जहाँ आप comfortable हैं. और ये हमारे यहाँ के स्टूडेंट तो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे जब वाइवा होते हैं तो स्टूडेंट सब पढ़ के नहीं आते हैं. वो पूरे लैब में, अगर मान लीजिए 12 एक्सपेरिमेंट है, वो 5-4 पढ़ के आएंगे. फिर वो क्वेश्चंस का आंसर वैसे ही देना चाहेंगे जैसा कि वो पढ़ के आए. हमारे जैसे एक्सपीरियंस प्रोफेसर तो फौरन पहचान जाते हैं कि ये क्या नहीं पढ़ गया है. पर फिर भी जस्ट टू शेयर, जब मैं स्टूडेंट था, आई एम ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम द सेम कॉलेज, फ्रॉम 1994 पास आउट. तो मैं और मेरा एक और फ्रेंड, हम वाइवा देने के लिए एक बहुत कठिन सी लैब थी, मैं अभी पूरा कुछ भूल रहा हूँ. हाँ, वो इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग लैब थी और उसमें टीचर, हमने सुना था कि बड़ा टफ इंटरव्यू वाइवा ले रहे हैं. मेरा फ्रेंड, अगर आप कोई गैस कर पाए, तो वो भी अभी लेक्चरर है, वो मेरे साथ ही में क्लास में पढ़ता था, यहीं पे अपने RTU कोटा में. कोई गैस कर सकता है? यश, तुम बता सकते हो? मेरा क्लासमेट है. एनीवे, तो गितेश विजय, तो मैं और गितेश विजय, हमें खबर लगी कि वो जैसा सीन होता है, एक रूम में वो वाइवा चल रहा है, बाहर लड़कों की लाइन है, जैसे ही कोई बाहर निकलता है सब पूछते हैं कि कैसा, क्या पूछ रहे हैं. वो ना बहुत टफ पूछ रहे हैं, एक भी चीज समझ में नहीं आती. मैं जस्ट बता रहा हूँ ड्राइव कैसे करते हैं. हमारा थोड़ा पीछे नंबर था, तो हमने क्या करा, दौड़ के लाइब्रेरी गए और वहां पे सीधा ऊपर रेफरेंस सेक्शन में गए और इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग की एक मोटी सी बुक निकाल के लाए और उसमें ऐसे पन्ने जल्दी जल्दी पलटे और देखा कि एक जगह लिखा था ABC क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ पेरिशेबल आइटम्स. ठीक है, अब ABC क्लासिफिकेशन पर टीचर पूछ ही रहा था, उसमें पेरिशेबल और अलग अलग तरह के आइटम्स का भी अलग स्ट्रेटेजी दे रखी. तो जैसे ही हमारा नंबर आया, वो 2 पेज जल्दी से पढ़े, अंदर चले गए इंटरव्यू देने. जैसे ही नंबर आया, उन्होंने कहा कोई यूजुअल क्वेश्चन हुआ, हम डायरेक्टली उनसे, सर इन्वेंट्री कंट्रोल के कई टेक्निक्स होते हैं। उन्होंने कहा क्या टेक्निक होता है? सर एक उनमें से होता है एबीसी क्लासिफिकेशन। ये क्या होता है? तो एबीसी क्लासिफिकेशन ये तो होता है, बट दिस एबीसी क्लासिफिकेशन इज डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मटेरियल। होगा वो कौन कौन से टाइप है? सर उसमें एक पेरिशेबल है, एक ये है, ऐसे हमने 5 बताए। तो इनका क्या होगा? सर इसमें ये होता है, इसमें ये। ही वाज सो अमेज्ड कि यार ये बीटेक के बच्चे हैं इतना हाई लेवल में, उनको ये पता नहीं था। हम केवल वो 2 ही पेज पढ़ के गए थे जो वहाँ बोल रहे थे। तो दैट मैं जस्ट शेयर करना चाहता था, एक एग्जांपल है कैसे आप ड्राइव करते हैं इंटरव्यू को, वाइवा को। पर एक चीज जो मैं यश से आई टोटली एग्री, बीइंग अ ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट ऑफिसर इन आरटीओ कोटा, आई वाज ऑलवेज इनवाइटेड बाय इन्फोसिस। जैसे इन्होंने कहा दे आर प्राउड टू शो देयर डेवलपमेंट सेंटर, आई एम प्राउड दैट आई हैव बीन इनवाइटेड टू ईच एंड एवरी डेवलपमेंट सेंटर ऑफ इन्फोसिस। आप मैसूर ले लीजिए, बेंगलोर ले लीजिए, चेन्नई ले लीजिए, पूना, चंडीगढ़, भुवनेश्वर, जयपुर। अच्छा वो केवल एक दिन के लिए इनवाइट नहीं करते, दे इनवाइट मी फॉर 2 वीक्स। मतलब वो एक कोर्स, एक मॉड्यूल पढ़ने के लिए बुलाते हैं, जिससे कि वो प्राउडली दिखा सकें कि ये क्या सिस्टम है जिसमें आप जो बच्चे हमें दे रहे हैं वो किस माहौल में निकलेंगे। उनका ये इंटेंशन है। पर जब मैं मैसूर कैंपस में फर्स्ट टाइम गया था यश, जो तुमने बात कही है वो अक्षरशः सही है। इट इज वर्ड टू वर्ड करेक्ट। आप जैसे ही मैसूर कैंपस में आते हैं तो फर्स्ट वर्ड आता है वाव। फर्स्ट वर्ड आता है वाव, क्या तबीयत से बनाया। सेकंड इज जब आप वहाँ रहते हैं और एक कोर्स करते हैं, जैसे मैंने वो 2 वीक का कोर्स किया था, देयर टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग सिस्टम। मैं कहता हूँ आपको माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में भी जॉब करनी है, आप तब भी 1 साल उस मैसूर कैंपस में पढ़ लें। 6 महीने का कोर्स है, 6 महीने पढ़ लें। एक मैं इसको दूसरे तरीके से कहना चाहता हूँ, मान लीजिए आप अपने आरटीयू कोटा में बच्चे हैं, कुछ उनको मलाल है कि यार हम एनआईटी में होते तो ज्यादा अच्छा था, वहाँ बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई होती है। एक गैप रह गया, आरटीयू ये है, एनआईटी ये है, एक गैप है। अगर वो गैप फिल करना है तो ये 6 महीने आप इन्फोसिस के मैसूर डेवलपमेंट सेंटर में उनका जो ग्लोबल लर्निंग प्रोग्राम या क्या प्रोग्राम का नाम है मैं भूल रहा हूँ, वो अटेंड कर लें, जो जस्ट आफ्टर ज्वाइनिंग रहता है। आपका जो ये गैप था ना, आपका जिंदगी भर एक जो मलाल है कि मैंने बहुत अच्छी जगह बहुत अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा, आईआईटी पता नहीं कैसी होती है, वो सारा, या फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी कैसी होती है, वो सारा आप एट पार आ जाएंगे। यू विल बी एट पार। आप भले किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में बाद में ज्वाइन करें। सही बात है यश कि नहीं?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
एब्सोल्युटली। और अच्छा, अगर स्टूडेंट अभी भी देखना चाहे तो वो गूगल इमेजेस पे चले जाए या गूगल मैप पे चले जाए, इन्फोसिस ग्लोबल लर्निंग सेंटर मैसूर देखें। वंडरफुल प्लेस, वंडरफुल प्लेस, नो डाउट अबाउट इट।
Yes, sir.
एक बात और मैं जो हाईलाइट करना चाहता हूँ यश की, जो बाकी स्टूडेंट्स नॉट फाइनल ईयर, क्योंकि अब तो फाइनल ईयर में आ गए, पर फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, आपने एक बात नोट की होगी यश के बारे में, ही वॉज ऑलवेज एक्टिव ड्यूरिंग हिज स्टूडेंट लाइफ। मतलब उसके पास अपनी जिंदगी की कहानी बताने के लिए कई किस्से हैं, मतलब कई तरीके से वो अपने उसको ही कैन प्रेजेंट हिमसेल्फ इन लॉट मेनी वेज। कि सब एरो मॉडलिंग ये भी कर रखी है, रोबोटिक्स वो भी कर रखी है, थार में यहाँ पे भी गया हूँ। वो उसके पास कहने को इतनी चीजें हैं कि अगर वो 20 मिनट इंटरव्यू लेगा, इसके पास कहने के लिए 2 घंटे की बात है। जनरली अगर आप एक्टिव नहीं है स्टूडेंट लाइफ में तो वो 20 मिनट इंटरव्यू लेगा और आप 5 मिनट में आपकी सारी गैस खत्म हो जाएगी, मतलब आपके पास कुछ भी नहीं बचता है बताने। तो इसको हम बोलते हैं, इसके ऊपर मैं अधिकतर अलग से इंटरव्यू देता हूँ और उसको बोलता हूँ मेकिंग द डॉट्स। यू स्टार्ट मेकिंग द डॉट्स सो दैट यू कैन मेक द स्टोरी। आप फर्स्ट ईयर से कुछ ना कुछ करते जाएं, जो भी आपको अच्छा लगे। कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं कि ये करने से अच्छा है, वो करने से अच्छा है। आई हैव सीन उसमें कुछ भी काम करते हैं वो सक्सेस हो जाते हैं, बस काम करना चाहिए। मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि स्नेहा ने एक के बाद एक बहुत से क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से, फिर भी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के क्वेश्चंस रह रहे दिमाग में। मोहित गेरा, तो आप सारे स्टूडेंट्स दिमाग में सोच लें आपको क्या क्वेश्चन पूछना है। प्रेफरेबल ये रहेगा कि आप टेक्स्ट करके दे दें, पर अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आप स्क्रीन पे आके बोलना चाहते हैं, वो भी अलाउड है। तो पहला क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं मोहित गेरा। ये कहते हैं, यस बॉस, I'd like to ask a question as Infosys is hiring system engineer. What will be the opportunity of domains we would be working on after completing our training? मोहित, अगर आप वापस से मैसेज कर सकें, आप खुद किस ब्रांच के हैं, तो उससे यश को आसानी होगी आपका। मोहित, if you are listening me, you can text your branch also. Branch is information technology. Okay. तो यश, उसका सवाल एकदम सिंपल है और इंटरेस्टिंग है कि क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, क्या डोमेन्स है जिसमें काम कर सकते हैं, इन्फोसिस कहाँ कहाँ काम कर रहा है, क्या क्या कर रहा है। और मैं बता दूं मोहित, जिससे पहले यश कुछ बोले, जिसके पास पैसा आ जाता है ना, वो अपने सारे डोमेन खोल देता है। आज की तारीख में ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी से लेके मिसाइल टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में भी नारायण मूर्ति सोच रहे होंगे, तुम्हें बताएंगे नहीं। ही हैज एवरीथिंग इन हिज, आई वुड से, बैरल। ठीक है, तो यश, ओवर टू यू।
Yes, sir. So, Mohit, hi, first of all. And systems engineer, you will not just be a systems engineer. You can also be a test engineer. So, there is one thing called a job, a designation, and there is another thing called as a job role. So, your designation will be systems engineer or test engineer. If you go to my profile on LinkedIn or anywhere, you'll find that I am a test engineer because ये डोमेन, ये जो डेजिग्नेशन है, ये आपको मिलती है आपकी ट्रेनिंग के बाद। तो जेनरिक ट्रेनिंग सबकी सेम होती है, देन आपको डिवाइड कर देते हैं वो, जैसे अपन ब्रांचेस में डिवाइड होते हैं, ऐसे ही वहाँ पे वो आपको अलग अलग स्ट्रीम्स में डिवाइड कर देते हैं। तो जैसे एक स्ट्रीम का एग्जाम्पल मैं लेता हूँ, जावा IVS SDET, ये मेरी स्ट्रीम थी। अब ये सुनने में कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रही है, बट ये है क्या, इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं टेस्टिंग भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं डेवलपमेंट भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं ऑपरेशंस भी संभाल सकता हूँ, मैं सारे काम कर सकता हूँ। ठीक है, ऐसे ही एक टेक्नोलॉजी होगी मीन स्टैक, मर्ज स्टैक, जो इन्फॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी सीएस में अगर थोड़ा बहुत जानते हैं उनको समझ में आएगी, जहाँ पे आप कहीं पे आप एंगुलर JS पे काम करोगे फ्रंट एंड के लिए, या बैक एंड पे स्प्रिंग बूट पे काम कर रहे हो। ऐसे ही एक टेक्नोलॉजी जावा, मेन कोर जावा भी होती है, जहाँ पे आपको वो जावा से रिलेटेड सारी चीज़ें सिखाएंगे, उसमें ऑब्वियसली शायद एंगुलर स्प्रिंग बूट आ ही जाता है। उसके अलावा बिग डेटा एक टेक्नोलॉजी होती है, साइबर सिक्योरिटी एक होती है। इनके अलग अलग डोमेन्स डिवाइड कर देते हैं। तो इसमें कोड टेस्टिंग भी होती है, जहाँ पे जैसे मैं एक ऑलराउंड SDET बना था, तो वहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे भी होंगे जो सिर्फ टेस्टर्स बनेंगे। तो ये आपका डिफाइन करेगा कि आपने टेस्ट इंजीनियर आपका डेजिग्नेशन है। फिर जॉब रोल होता है। अब जॉब रोल से मेरे कहने का मतलब क्या है कि मैं एज अ टेस्ट इंजीनियर मैसूर से निकला था, बट चंडीगढ़ मेरे डिप्लॉयमेंट के बाद में मुझे एक ऑफर आया, मैंने अप्लाई करा तो न्यू दिल्ली पंजाब नेशनल बैंक से, कि उन्हें चाहिए था एक डेवलपर। तो अब मेरे लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी थी कुछ नया सीखने की, मैं चला गया वहाँ पे। तो मैं पंजाब नेशनल बैंक के हेड ऑफिस में न्यू दिल्ली में एट द क्लाइंट लोकेशन वाज वर्किंग एज अ सिस्टम्स इंजीनियर और अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर। तो मैं अब वहाँ पे आई वाज डूइंग मैनुअल टेस्टिंग और सैनिटी टेस्टिंग, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट लेटर। बट हाँ, मैं टेस्टिंग भी कर रहा था, बट मैं डेवलपमेंट भी कर रहा था, कुछ कस्टमाइजेशन भी कर रहा था, जो शायद आप अभी यूज़ भी कर रहे हो अपने इंटरनेट बैंकिंग वेबसाइट पे। पंजाब नेशनल बैंक में कॉलेज के काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स का अकाउंट होता है, तो मेरे कस्टमाइजेशन कुछ आप यूज़ भी कर रहे होगे। तो मेरा जॉब रोल था कि मैंने सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर बन गया मैं, बट डेजिग्नेशन अभी भी टेस्ट इंजीनियर है, जो शायद 1 साल बाद चेंज होता है, क्योंकि आपका जॉब रोल उस हिसाब से रहा है। So there are multiple domains where you can go. There is this is what your question was, right? The opportunities or domains we would be working on after completing our training. जो ट्रेनिंग आपकी जिस फील्ड में होगी वो आप सीखोगे, और इनिशियली आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज उसी में से ऑफर होंगी। बट अगर ऐसा है कि आप फॉर एग्जांपल आपको लगता है कि यार मैं बिग डेटा में आ तो गया, मैंने ट्रेनिंग करनी है इसमें, वो चेंज नहीं कर सकते आप, वो आपको दे देंगे, आपको असाइन कर दिए एक डोमेन, तो आपको वही डोमेन रखनी पड़ेगी। बट लेट्स से आफ्टर ड्यूरिंग योर ट्रेनिंग ऑल्सो यू फील कि यार आई एम मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन जावा और आई एम मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन साइबर सिक्योरिटी, ठीक है, तो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, तुम अपनी ट्रेनिंग जो चल रही है वो तो करनी ही पड़ेगी, उसके साथ साथ इफ़ यू गेट टाइम और इवन आफ्टर योर ट्रेनिंग बाकी चीज़ें भी आप सीख सकते हो। यू कैन टेक बेसिक सर्टिफिकेशंस फ्रॉम एनीवेयर एंड देन यू कैन इन्फोसिस में ही आपको यूनिट्स होती हैं अलग अलग, जिसमें आप डिवाइडेड होते हो। तो वो यूनिट वहाँ जाओगे तो पता चल जाएगी, आपको यूनिट पता चलेगी जिस यूनिट में आपके मतलब का काम हो रहा है। आपको साइबर सिक्योरिटी में इंटरेस्ट है लेट्स से, तो उसका काम जहाँ पे हो रहा है वहाँ पे आप जाके अप्लाई कर सकते हो, मैनेजर वगैरह की कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स मिल जाती हैं, उन्हें अप्लाई करो, एक अच्छा सा मेल ड्राफ्ट करो 2-3 लाइन में अपनी प्रोफाइल ऐड करके कि मुझे ये टेक्नोलॉजी में इंटरेस्ट है और मैं वहाँ पर अपना मतलब मेरा इंटरेस्ट है और मैं अप्लाई करना चाहता हूँ एंड आई एम विलिंग टू वर्क हेयर। तो आप जब इनिशियली आपके पास प्रोजेक्ट नहीं होगा तो आप वहाँ जा सकते हो, बट वंस यू आर असाइंड अ प्रोजेक्ट देन यू हैव टू वर्क इन दैट प्रोजेक्ट। यू कैन स्टिल आस्क योर मैनेजर और इफ यू वांट टू मूव इनटू सम अदर डोमेन, बट मोर और लेस आपको इन्फोसिस खुद ही असाइन करेगी आपको कौन सी डोमेन में जाना है और वो डोमेन में आपको ट्रेन करेगी और उसके बाद उसी से रिलेटेड आपको जॉब प्रोफाइल्स ऑफर भी होंगी। बट अगर आपको कोई और दूसरी डोमेन में जाना है then you have to continue working hard in that domain along with your training, and then after your training ends you start applying everywhere in that particular domain उन units में ताकि आपको उसकी opportunities मिल जाए। That's how you can move into a domain of your choice. You're welcome.
Any one of you can ask questions if you have any doubt or you want to ask anything from boss.
I think in case there are no more questions, anybody is having any more questions? Okay, I think we can wind up here only. So yes, thanks once again. A lot of thanks are flowing here. So yes, thanks once again for this wonderful session. Thank you for your gesture. And I tell you, all the engineering college Kota alumni are known for this gesture. And are known for this gesture. And I have been to many educational institutes. I had been to IIT Delhi for my research. जितना connected इंजीनियर RTU कोटा भी मेरे नाम से इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज कोटा निकलता है, तो जितना कनेक्टेड RTU कोटा के स्टूडेंट्स आपस में रहते हैं ना, जितना जेल है, ये बहुत कम इंस्टीट्यूट में देखने को मिलता है और ये इसकी एक सबसे मेजर स्ट्रेंथ है इस इंस्टीट्यूट की। एंड यू आर ए स्पार्कलिंग एग्जाम्पल ऑफ दिस स्ट्रेंथ कि आपको ऐसा लगा जब आपको पता चला कि इन्फोसिस आ रही है और आपको लगा कि यू कैन शेयर इट, एंड आई टेल यू, यू हैव शेयर्ड इट सो ब्यूटीफुली। स्टूडेंट्स हैव बेनिफिटेड ए लॉट। जो भी फाइनल ईयर में देने जा रहे हैं वो तो है ही सही, और अभी जो फर्स्ट ईयर में है, सेकेंड ईयर में, थर्ड ईयर में है, उनको भी एक गाइडिंग लाइन मिल गई है, एक डायरेक्शन मिल गया है कि इस तरफ सोचना है, ऐसे करना है, ऐसे करने से ये हो जाएगा। थैंक यू यश फॉर योर for sparing your valuable time. Thank you Sneha, and thank you Abhishek and Honey and all the placement team coordinators. और जो दूसरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो सुन रहे हैं, मैं उनसे कहना चाहता हूँ कि इन आवर प्लेसमेंट टीम वी आर हैविंग लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू वर्क। अगर आपको लगता है कि आप कैसे भी कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, थोड़ा बहुत, थोड़ा ज़्यादा, बहुत ज़्यादा, तो आप प्लीज यू कम फॉरवर्ड। वी हैव लॉट मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज, वी हैव लॉट मेनी एवेन्यूज। अगर आपको लगता है कि हम सोशल मीडिया संभाल सकते हैं, अगर आपको लगता है हमारी लैंग्वेज पे कमांड है, अगर आपको लगता है वी कैन इंटरेक्ट, अगर आपको लगता है वी आर कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर, वी कैन डिजाइन समथिंग, कोडिंग, तो वो आप जो इन्फोसिस में ट्रेनिंग लेना चाहते हैं वो ट्रेनिंग हम आपको यहाँ पे भी दे सकते हैं। क्या कहते हैं, प्लेसमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में। So thank you Yash, thank you Sneha, thank you the placement team and coordinators, thanks the participants for participating, और ये बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल प्रेजेंटेशन है अब तक का। थैंक यू।
Thank you sir, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.